Hey everybody, so it's pretty exciting. I have 96 followers now, and that was as of 4 days ago. For you, that was 4 days ago. When I drop this video, it'll be 4 days old. It used to be 6 days old, but we were on a trip this weekend, and I am going to try to maybe get within 2 days, be a little bit more relevant. Um, but anyways, so last time what I did was managed to combine the interfaces for the 3JS for the camera. So we used to have two interfaces. Now I have one. I guess one of the things, and then also I had kind of made a commitment to trying to be a little bit better about my branching. So I have this camera interface unification, which is not a good name because that is just the first part of what I'm doing with cameras, and I kind of want to have a branch for all the camera stuff. Um, the next step for cameras is going to be to sort of start making a camera service that's kind of like the other services, just to because the 3JS service is getting a bit unwieldy. It's doing too many things, so it'd be nice to pull some of those things out. Another thing is, do I need the supported cameras because there's only one, and I don't think they'll interface, and I don't think there'll ever be another one. So I think I should just get rid of it. There's no reason to have this extra thing around. So I'm going to copy this and delete it, and then save, and then we should see some stuff break, and then um, we can use the. This is weird. Why did I? I guess I started it on the other one. We can use the compiler to help us uh, fix that. So looks like I probably want to import camera interface here. I'm already importing it, so don't need to do that. And then let's go down, hit save, and then go ahead and let it find the next one for me. There we go. Control V, save, and then just keep on keeping on. Save. Is that it? No. Oh, looks like I had an extra thing there. Let's see what we got now. We are in the 3JS service still. Everything's been in the 3JS service. It's kind of acting. Oh, animation service. So I guess there's probably something down here. And it's very kind to sort of remove things like that for future developers because if they see supported camera interfaces, they're going to assume there's more than one. You can infer that from that information, and it's just kind of a lot of mental overhead that they won't need to, which is me. I won't need to deal with in the future. All right, so what's next? I think I should create. What are we at for time? 4 minutes. Okay, we're doing all right. Doing okay. So when I want to create something new, I always go into my packages. .json. And I've been doing this for years, this exact way, and it's just like it's never led me wrong. It's just kind of like the proof is in the pudding. Services and camera. Oh, services, camera, and then let's just say C service. That's gonna be the name of our npm command. It's just I find this to be a great way to do it. Um, it seems to be emotionally jarring for some people. Um, I like to do it because I have literally dozens of versions of the Angular CLI or CLI or whatever, however they call it in your neck of the woods. Um, I have several versions on this, and I just want to make sure that it runs the specific version that is for this package. Um, Here we go. 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 There we go. Let's see if it seems right. Um, where are so? Yep, that seems right. That feels right. It's sitting there next to other services. What are we at? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so I think we're still good for having them all in one directory. Um, do not know how I would break it down if we had to, but so now let's go up to our camera service. And let's just go into our ThreeJS service and see if there's anything that just kind of jumps out at us that needs to be removed. Let's see. So I might as well do this. Camera. We'll just call it camera service. Got our blue. There we go. So it looks good. See, it seems like this camera item, I think I've been moving those, right? Yeah. These guys, I've been moving them out of the ThreeJS and then referring to them from there. Is there anything else in here? I don't think there is anything else at this top level. I think this camera service is going to end up being pretty small. Let me hit Control X and let's move this over here. So we're moving that. We just need to import these guys. Let's go look at how we did it for mesh. The 3JS import. There we go, just like that. And camera interface. Most places do have a very specific way they want you to do imports. So now did we remove them? Yeah. So probably these need to go too. But a bunch of stuff is broken. But let me go ahead and remove these two, these orthographic cameras. Now this one might actually end up having some other issues. We'll see, just because it is done differently than the camera's done differently than the meshes and the services and the animations and everything else, because those are all kind of created by the user. So the application has had time to settle down, so there shouldn't be any implications. That's probably the way to do that. All right, let's save again, and we should have a bunch of broken stuff. Let's go ahead and start fixing things. Did not want to click that. This dot camera service. And then probably be in our best interest to copy that. We should have some more. Let's see, we can just scroll up and find the next one. keep it on. I think everything should be fine. Like I often feel like a little bit nervous whenever I'm just sort of blindly doing stuff. Just because, you know, well, it's probably not the healthiest thing for your brain to just sort of zombie through things. Um, and then, uh, so that alone is probably a good reason to try to kind of stay mentally alert as to what's going on. But, you know, it's a, it's pretty exhausting trying to think through all these things all the time, especially when, it's literally, um, the same, like, where else is there going to be a camera items? Where else is there going to be an orthographic camera? Um, so it's always a balancing act. Um, Also a lot of times when you're doing like mass changes like this, if you and you kind of start mindly doing it, or mindlessly doing it. Oops. So I don't really know. Okay, let's try this. This does not. Oh, this is probably broken. Oh my gosh. There you go. This camera guy. Oh, okay, it's just that's kind of weird. Like it's weird that it's complaining about this right now, and then it just goes away the minute you fix the code above it. But. So man, there's actually quite a few instances of this. And what's really kind of a bummer is I'm betting that I'll have to change all this back when I move this code over, which, based on the fact that we're at 12 minutes, will probably be in tomorrow's session. Um, but as you can see, there's a ton of red over here. And with this much change, it's going to be a real bummer if like something just like doesn't make sense and then I end up having to bail out of this, which would not surprise me. Um, it also wouldn't surprise me if this just doesn't work. I mean, I I feel fairly confident that it is going to work, but I've definitely seen, I've definitely done this sort of thing before, and um, something just didn't work, something I didn't foresee went sideways. Let me close this guy up. Now, the one thing that always goes bad for me is if I like do a global sort of change, or like a file level, like just find all instances of this dot orthographic camera and replace it with something else. Something always goes wrong when I do that. And here we go. There's still a ton more. Yeah, see, setup camera is definitely going to move over. Probably would have been so much better off just to copy setup camera over. I think if I had to do this again, if I have to do this again, I probably will do that. Um, yeah, that's interesting. That's set dims. that code will probably be changing at some point because um, is that everything? Because I'm eventually going to want to be able to upload or change the size and have it dynamically update. Okay, that's weird. I wonder what it's saying. It has a problem with that. Let's see. What about this one? Okay, that's definitely. I'm genuinely surprised at how often this is being called in this application. Okay, at least it didn't take me back to that other thing where I wasn't seeing an error. What is the complaint? I don't see. Camera type. Oh, okay. It's just telling me that that is the cause of the problem. That isn't the problem. This is the problem. All right. So let's see. Add mesh. And let's see. Let's change this to text. Change that to. It's going to be interesting. I wonder. I've always assumed that once I got out of um, the text font updates, that I would be getting away from it. 96 subscribers. Let's see. -4. -5. Will it stay on? Yeah. And then, but now I'm starting to wonder because I do enjoy putting text on the screen. Okay, so now it's too far over. There you go. But anyways, so that's that. We have successfully moved a big chunk of the code from the ThreeJS service to the animation service. We didn't add any line. Well, we added one line in the process. We are down to 620 lines of code in the ThreeJS service, and in the camera service, we are up to 54. Tomorrow I will be taking the ThreeJS service. Anything like this. Well, see, reset clock is definitely not going, but get camera for ID would definitely be something that I would want to move over. Um, Although, I did not do that for the mesh or anything like that. So maybe I'll just leave that. Animation, setup, render, delete mesh, add mesh. That's weird. I thought, let's see, mesh service. Yes. Oh, that's right. Because I needed multiple. Yeah, because I call that directly from the uh, the templates. So, not just from the components. So I needed a partial. But yeah, update camera type probably will move over to that. I don't know though. That one also gets called. But setup camera is definitely going to get moved over. Guessing that's the update camera will get moved over. I'm pretty sure. Setup camera. Those two. Probably just those two. And then a partial of that other one of update camera. Now they're pretty big though. I mean, setup camera is like 100 from 140 to 189, so that's almost 50 lines, and then we're going to update is going to 278. So like that's 130 lines of code that will probably move over. Oh no, more than 138. So yeah, that's like 150 lines of code that will move over tomorrow. I think part of update camera type will get moved over. Um, but I think this one probably still gets called over. But anyways, happy coding everybody. Bye.